Alright, this is a review of the stupidly titled Gran Turismo for the PSP. Stupidly titled because it's not the first game in the series, yet they named it after the first game in the series. Anyways, I remember this game was announced when the PSP was originally announced, and I didn't get mine until 2007, and I was looking everywhere for this game, and then when I couldn't find it, I was looking all over the place for info on this game, and there really wasn't much. There were a few screenshots, a couple of really brief news stories, but this game really seemed like vaporware. And it wasn't until E3 2009 when they finally said, oh hey, this game's actually going to come out. There's a lot to like about this game, however there are a lot of things that they messed up really bad with this, and we'll get to those in a minute. And we'll start off with the positives. First off, the license tests from the previous games are back. This time though, they are completely optional, and you actually get money for each one that you complete. And then after completing steps A and B, which are a series of tests, you actually get to use custom soundtracks, which is a fantastic addition. I like that a lot. And let's check out the graphics right away. Just go to Apricot Hill. And word of advice, if you're going to pick this up on UMD, make sure you have at least 1 GB of storage available, because you're going to want to install this thing. Without the install, the load times are terrible. I really don't have anything to compare it to besides SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 for PSP. Anytime you used to create a wrestler in career mode in that game, it took forever to load, and this game is just as bad, if not worse. However, if you have it installed to the memory card, whoops, wrong button. If you have it installed to the memory card, it will load a lot quicker. And as you can see here, the graphics are pretty amazing. The only real downside is that this particular track has visible seams on it, which is quite disappointing because it's the first track a lot of people will play just because it's the first one on the list. And you would think that the first track would be a little bit better than the rest. Other than that, the car models look great. The handling on the cars is spot on. It's just like playing a console GT game. Yeah, not much to complain about here. Alright, now that's pretty much it for the positives. For some people that'll be enough, but let's go back to the single player race and just examine this stuff a little bit. First off, there is no career mode. This is basically the career mode here. You just choose your own race. You can choose time trial, a single race against 3 opponents, or a drift. I always go with single race. You can set your laps, and the more laps you choose, the more money you can win. I always do 2, and you can also limit it to a single manufacturer. After that, you get to select your car, and this game is a little different because it has you selecting favorites, and what that does is it allows you to tune a car. If your car is not in your favorites menu, you will not be able to tune it. So hit triangle, add it to favorites, and then you'll have the option to quick tune it, and it's not a full tune like previous games. This power and weight ratios, I believe those are only accessible in drift mode, which is a complete tease, and they shouldn't have even included that because that really makes me mad. Ride height, damper, spring rate, tow, and camber angle, that's about it. Sometimes you can adjust aerodynamics. And then of course you can select the transmission, tires, active steering, all that. But yeah, that's it for car options as far as tuning goes. And you cannot purchase parts to upgrade your car either, which is really annoying. And then we come over here to the course selection, and there are a lot of courses to choose from. However, there are no night tracks in the game. Some really good tracks from GT2 are not here, like Grindelwald and what's the other one? Oh, Rome Circuit, which is an amazing track, and you know, I'm shocked that it's not in here. And one particularly annoying thing for me is there's like 4 variations of Twin Ring Motegi. You know, 1 is enough, especially for a mediocre track like that. Suzuka Circuit, there's 3 of those. We only need 1. You know, Fuji Speedway, I could have done without the 2005 because I think it sucks. And, you know, 3 versions of Cathedral Rocks, which, you know, they are cool rally courses, but again, we could have just done with just the 1. And, you know, I think I know why they did it, because it's easier to do, like, program 4 variations on a single track than program 4 separate tracks. But, you know, they could have done this a lot better. Next up is we go to our dealerships, and you only have access to 4 different dealers on any given day, which is ridiculous. And you may not even have access to all their cars right away. It really depends on what day it is on your game. But you know, you select the car. Down here it'll tell you how many you have in your collection. You know, hit up or down and select your color. And then I'm not going to buy this one, but you know, it's pretty self-explanatory. There are over 800 cars in the game, which is amazing that they were able to pack all that in here, but it takes longer than it should because you have to deal with this stupid thing here. So that's a big thumbs down on that. And that's pretty much it for the review. You know, this game, it has, like, you see the potential there. You see, like, all the things they did right with the handling and the car models and the tracks and stuff. But, you know, it feels like the shell of a game. Like, there's no career mode. The dealership system is completely wonky and pretty useless in my opinion. There's no tuning options. You can't buy parts. It's just it's kind of a mediocre game wrapped up in a really, really pretty shell. And, you know, it makes you wonder, like, why did it take 4 years for this game to come out? I think the reason for that is just because they were stubborn and didn't want to hand this game off to another developer. And, you know, I think the game would have benefited from that, because then, you know, they would have been able to get this game out quicker, and Polyphony would have been able to work on GT5 and get that out quicker, and I think both games would have been a lot better for it. Unfortunately, this is what we have, and you know, as of right now, we don't even have Gran Turismo 1 and 2 as PSN downloads for PS1 Classics, and that's a shame, because those are fantastic games and they're way better than this game will ever be. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this. Thanks for watching. See you next time.